This is Black Light. There's many alternative ways to have so we could fall back on when we defeat the beast. See, reason why we don't want to go full thrust ahead is because we don't have nothing to fall on. When they world falls, and it's going to fall, we don't have nothing in place for ourselves. We don't have a parachute. We don't have a pillar to fall on. We don't have no cushion to fall on. We're going to hit that ground hard because we don't have nothing in place for ourselves. We depending on him to do everything, including this YouTube. We don't have brothers. We don't have scientists. See, when Elijah Muhammad was building up the nation, he had blueprints on the table to build a hospital, a black hospital, stuff we would need when this world fall, when the Caucasian world will fall, And since then, even Garvey, Marcus Garvey had boats, he had purchased, but they needed repair. He needed people that could work on boats, know how to build boats, repair boats. And see, we don't study for ourselves. We don't go to school to build up our world. We don't do nothing to build up our world. Everything we do is to build up the white man's world. Take the music industry. He took our music, labeled our music, like you got blues, country and western, jazz, even symphonic music is our music. We introduced him. We've been playing music millions of years before he came on the scene, man. Seeing y'all young people, y'all just ain't getting it, man. That's why y'all don't know y'all history. Because y'all don't ask nobody nothing about your history. You're too busy running the streets, having a good time, not studying yourself. Not sitting down somewhere and meditating on what your purpose is. And, so, I was in the music game, and then I started pushing my own stuff, my own label. I got my own label, Soulphonic Music, and my own publishing, Maestro Divine Publishing. I'm gonna pass it on down to my children, those that's inclined to be like that. And I'm gonna help them to the music game and how to build your own, work for yourself and build your own distribution, and this YouTube can do it. But y'all see how the government that came in and started screening out stuff on the internet and YouTube, dictating to YouTube how they want them to run they work they show, and so we talk about we all we do is talk about each other, talk about YouTube, but it still can be used, to do what we want to do. It's a way to do it, and it's all about freedom of speech. So we gonna need you're gonna need advisors and counselors on every area that we must go in to save ourselves from the destruction of this world. See, we do need lawyers, not to work inside the system. We need lawyers like the Moors. They won't even work together amongst themselves and go into courtrooms as a team and challenge the Constitution. You know, they got to they make biggest thing is to say we ain't black. You know, but we got to make them accountable for what they done to us. And if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna study the law, that's one way how to do it. Hold their foot to the fire on the law, because they keep changing up. You know, the, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, but they're not going by it. So that's one way to do it. As far as tax laws, and you know, you got to find them loopholes, and you got to find your argument. You got all kind of black lawyers. The Nation of Islam got lawyers, but no, they don't collaborate with each other. You know, everybody in their own little clique. See, that's what the beast want. He like that. Same with music. You know, when the white man run the show, they collaborate. You got Jay-Z collaborating with different people, with different singers, and just to build that white man's system up of music. But the streets, the hip hoppers started selling it out the back of their trunk, and that's all it took it. That's all the far y'all took it. But y'all could have networked and got an alternative distribution, especially using this YouTube, and make connections all over the globe. But you got to have somebody over there in place, that y'all could work with and trust each other, and count y'all distribution. That's one way the Caucasian. That's one way he had beat us out of money on in his music system. Is he wouldn't tell us the actual count of how much we was selling. Black Light, to be continued.